A TikTok video gets uploaded, thousands of hate comments left. Hundreds of video replies and stitches on TikTok of criticism. Ends up on the radar of YouTubers and streamers that I watch, leaking out into the real world. An apology video is made. The crime? It's just a little bit of cringe. Just a little bit of cringe. For those of you not in the know, there is a Japanese style independent idol group in America called SORB3T. Now idol groups are not very popular in America because it is a very niche Japanese thing, but they do exist in America. I follow quite a bit of them on Twitter. So SORB3T was almost ready for their debut and decided to make what is called a Callin Response video to showcase what their calls and responses would be in a show that they would do. So this video got much heat, lots and lots of heat and emotional reactions from people. To me, it's very weird that this video blew up as much as it did. I think a lot of it comes from a very severe lack of understanding of Japanese idol culture and Japanese language in general. So, what caused such a visceral reaction from people?
Hello everyone, my name is Barry, and I'm the leader and pink member of SORB3T. So I'm going to teach you my Callin Response. So I start out by saying, strawberry, and then you repeat back, blueberry. And when I ask, who's everyone's sweet idol, you're gonna say, Betty-chan. Are you ready? Strawberry, blueberry. みんなの甘いアイドルは Betty-chan. Hi, Betty desu.
I hate to be the actually guy in this video, but I feel like it's necessary because some of you guys' behavior is concerning, to say the least. Also, what the fuck? While editing this video, I found out that they got doxxed. What the fuck? This is fucked up. I went to their TikTok to grab some screenshots and I saw this. And the worst part is that, yes, there are people in the comments being like, oh, you didn't deserve this, this was too far. There are people still in the comments, like, celebrating this. Anyway, back to my video, I guess? So the video has 3 girls in the group being shown, but most people chose to laser focus in on this girl, stage name Berry-chan, who is doing her Callin Response, which is exactly what it sounds like, where you call out and you want the audience to respond in a very scripted way. This is part of Japanese idol culture. And notice I'm not saying Japanese culture, I am saying Japanese idol culture, which is a whole other can of worms that I will not open today. But there is a lot of resource material out there, and I will recommend these videos here. In short, idols have a lot of interaction with their fans. It's part of a whole thing. It's just what they do. Her Callin Response in particular was in Japanese. A lot of the criticism comes in at this point, and people especially focus in on her saying the words strawberry and blueberry and say that she's saying them in a fake Japanese accent. This is not a fake Japanese accent. There is no fake Japanese accent. They're treating her as if this girl made her Callin Response like this.
I want to be ninja. I want to be ninja. I want to chop, 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 chow down. Take chow down to Chinatown. I want to be...
Now these words are actually correct in Japanese and are said in the exact way it should be said. Her Japanese is actually very good. So Japanese uses loan words from various languages all the time, like English uses loan words from other languages. But Jupus, don't they have a word for strawberry in Japanese? And isn't it ichigo? Yes, but the loan word is used interchangeably all the time because it's, frankly, just fun to say. In fact, if you Google the katakana strawberry, right, written in Japanese, you get strawberries. And if it wasn't used in Japanese, nothing would come up. Learning Japanese myself, a piece of advice that is often given is that if you do not know how to say something in Japanese, or if you're ordering something with an English name, just say it how it would be written in katakana. because they might not understand you saying something like, I want a scarf, as opposed to scarf. It's normal. That's correct. It's correct Japanese. Katakana is a sort of alphabet of a set of symbols that Japanese has. It is not as complicated as English, where you have different sounds for the same letter with different words. It is just a strict set of syllables that sound one way and no other way. There are two separate alphabets, with hiragana and katakana that share the same sounds, just written as different symbols. In fact, katakana is often used to spell out foreign words, so there is a whole ass alphabet set aside for foreign words. Some people have also asked, why didn't she just say it in English because she's white and American? Because she wanted to say it in Japanese. She's into Japanese idol culture and wanted to do her call-in response in Japanese. There's nothing wrong with learning a different language, no matter the reason you want to learn it. The last girl also did her call in Japanese, but because she looks East Asian, no one even questioned if she was Japanese at all or criticized her. I'm pretty sure a lot of people just wanted to be mean to her, even commenting on this girl's appearance, and criticized her for things that she could not change about herself. And those comments were getting tons of likes, which was super surprising. I think it's just evil. You're just mean under the guise of a social justice angle, saying she was like, oh, she wants to be Japanese so bad, and saying she did a fake Japanese accent, implying she's like racist somehow. In fact, people online bullied her so much that she made an apology video for these people, and they still didn't accept it and continued to make fun of her. Like, you got what you wanted. Aren't you satisfied? Is that enough for you? This is just because you wanted to be mean and continue to be mean. Like, it's just mean girl behavior. You are the bully. And I'm saying mean girl behavior because some of you have experienced this before. To be made to feel small about something that you liked. And you aren't protecting anybody. In fact, you are doing harm, like serious mental harm to someone, being inundated with nasty, rude comments. I see it all the time with perceived harm happening, being responded to with real harm. I understand you were bullied in school, like it happens to all of us, right? But when do the bullied become the bully themselves under the guise of justice? Makes you think, huh? I bet some of you are like, yeah, I watch anime and I'm a weeb, but I'm not that cringe. Yes, you are, bro. Yes, you are. You're a cringy little weeb, and that's okay. So you want to be Japanese now? Why don't you just stick to your little American cartoons, huh? Not good enough for you? Have you ever cosplayed an anime character? You can't do that. You're not Japanese. Do you like K-pop? What, do you want to be Korean now? Why don't you just listen to English music? Don't you have enough of it? This is what you sound like. It's just that idol culture, or Japanese idol culture rather, is just not for you. And that's okay. Move on. Idol culture is not for me either. I'm just tired of seeing this girl get bullied. It's like these commenters are trying to gatekeep a language and a culture that they are not even a part of nor interested in. I think the reason a lot of people, mainly Americans, don't end up learning a second language is because of the fear of, oh, you want to be that ethnicity, huh? Or the overwhelming fear that people have of being racist that ultimately ends up making them appear racist. Like, all these people that have accused her of like doing a fake Japanese accent are acting like, no, do not do that. Innocent Japanese people, get down. I will protect you. Like, it's giving that. And saying she's trying to act Japanese when most Japanese people don't act like this. You made this up in your head. You made it into a caricature. That in itself is racist because this is not acting Japanese. She was acting like an idol would act. This is just a very small piece of Japanese culture and does not encompass it in any way. Real, actual Japanese people were not offended by this video, even saying that it was okay, but people largely ignored these comments and continued to dogpile. Idol culture in itself isn't really all that popular in Japan. It's a really niche and nerdy thing, so it's unfair to say that it represents all of Japanese culture, just like it's unfair to say that anime represents Japanese culture. That's just weird. I really like this video from Chris on TikTok that explains it a little more, so I'll play part of it.
Idol culture is very unique to Japan, and so I think it's going to be very hard to describe what it is to someone who's not immersed in Japanese culture. It would be like trying to explain to someone who thinks animes are just cartoons for kids that animes are actually a lot more than cartoons, but once someone's already made that judgment, it's going to be hard to get them out of that mindset. The point to understand here is that idol culture is a very, very small slice of Japanese culture. It's not an embodiment of Japanese people whatsoever. Everyone in Japan knows that it's a certain act, it's a certain way of speaking and behaving and dressing. And so it would be like if someone were to watch that Netflix series on people wanting to be mermaids and thinking, oh, American culture is about becoming a mermaid. Like it's not. It's a very, very small slice. And just like how anyone from any country could pretend to be a mermaid, anyone from any country can pretend to be an idol. Like it's not actually exclusive to Japanese culture. And so in a lot of these countries, like in Toronto, for example, there are a number of maid cafes that is idol culture. So we're supposed to think about idol culture in the same way we think about cosplayers. We don't get mad at white people for cosplaying because we all understand that they're all dressing up as a certain anime character or a game character. They're not dressing up like Japanese people. So when you get mad at someone for dressing up as an idol because you think it's offensive to Japanese people, you are making this equivalence that idol culture equals Japanese culture. And let me tell you, a lot of Japanese people will not be happy with you for that assumption. A lot of nuances here that I just cannot cover in a short TikTok clip, but I'm hoping to at least stimulate some different lines of thinking than what we're traditionally used to, because I find that we often react with our emotions first rather than stepping back and trying to really understand and do a little bit more digging into what's really going on.
And I really like this tweet from Amina V that says, "It makes me tear up thinking about it just because these girls don't deserve any bullying at all. They're just having fun and trying to make friends. So I'm tired of hurt, bitter geek girls lashing out on other geek girls. Let's be kind to each other. The world is already so mean." That's so cute. I think that's really genuine, and just people just want to be cute and make friends. So I also like this screenshot that Mikan has shared with us. She says, "Choked on my breakfast because if this doesn't sum up the hate Sorbet is getting all in one screenshot, LMFAO. Why didn't they call out for the last one? They jealous that she's the only one who looks actually Korean. This is supposed to be a J-pop group, not K-pop." What? What the fuck? And yeah, you could say that the video is a bit cringe, and that's fine. It is a little bit, it's a little cringe, but that's that. She's not doing anything wrong. So I hope that this video helps shed a little bit of a different light on the situation, because it was all just bullying at first, and a few days passed and people started coming out and being like, hey, maybe calm down a little bit. It's okay. Here's why, some reasons why, maybe you misunderstood this. And I don't think you guys really understand what her experience might have been like, going from having just a few eyes on you online and then blowing up. And the reason why you're blowing up online is because people hate you. And it's if people hate you for doing something really harmless. The effect that has to have on your mental health, it just has to be tremendous. Like, I can only imagine what that feels like. That kind of mob mentality that makes you go, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? That is dumb. You are bullying somebody for liking something. Like, that is dumb. That's really dumb. I can't express that enough. So I'm gonna leave a few articles and things and tweets that I saw that were important and put them down in the description to provide more context. I've mostly hit on all of the points that these things have, but if you want to check them out, for extra context, things like perspectives from ex-idols, especially ex-foreign idols, their perspectives on things, I'll leave it there. So I wish Barry Chan and Sorbet lots of luck and many fans in the future if they choose to stick around. So, thank you for watching my video. Man.